Okay, so Virgo, this is your February general reading. So again, it's just a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Check back next month. Go see a different reader. If it does, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, follow. Follow me at JLynK79 on Instagram, or you can check out my website at www.designhertouch.com if you want to book a personal reading. There is not going to be any love in this read. I'm going to do a separate love reading for all signs for the month of February. So here we go. Virgo, what's your general read for the month of February? All right, Virgo, what do we have? Okay, it's like you have a bunch of cards that want to flip, but they were a little hesitant. All right, Virgo. Okay. All right, so your first card is obstacles and challenges, and then your second card is solitude. Okay, obstacles and challenges. So that is talking about, obviously, obstacles and challenges that could be coming up during the month of February. However, if you notice, the person, there's like just like a crack in the road, but I mean, it's not too far. This person could like literally jump over. So again, what I say when this card comes up is that there's some obstacles and challenges that could be coming up or that happened during the month of February, but Spirit is like, listen, it's not that big of a deal. You can pretty much get through it. All you got to do is jump over to the next side, or kind of like work your way over to the next destination. You can get through it. It's just a bump in the road, and a lot of time obstacles and challenges come up to actually stop us, slow us down, help us from moving too quickly or making a mistake or rerouting us. Maybe it's like we're in a rush to do something and then something happens and you're like, well, great, that ruins my whole plan. Well, maybe that plan wasn't meant for you. So in the month of February, there could be some obstacles and challenges that come up. Things could be rocky, bumpy, whatever, but you're going to be able to get over it. The other thing is that in the month of February, it's kind of like your soul is calling out and needs to be heard. So there are things going on where you feel like you're not happy, not fulfilled. There's things that you feel like you're missing out on or that need to change. And Spirit says the answers that you're looking for don't necessarily come from the outside world. So this is more of like an internal thing where it's kind of like you really need to sit back and think and do some alone time where you sit and think like, why am I not happy? What is it that I really truly want? How do I get it? Why am I not getting it? Am I accepting less? Maybe you need to take some time to like reflect, meditate, reevaluate, just kind of like, I guess, meet your soul halfway and schedule some alone time where you can really sit and think things through. Your job doesn't make you happy. Your relationship doesn't make you happy. Maybe something with children, or maybe something with family or friendships, or you just want to go out and do more. Maybe your financial situation sucks. Whatever it is, it's like you can get through it, but you have to remember that the answers don't necessarily come from the outside world. Someone else isn't necessarily responsible for your happiness or fulfilling your needs. Or maybe, you can ask your boss for a raise 1,000,000 times, but that doesn't mean you're going to get it. So maybe Spirit is saying, hey, this isn't the job for you, or it's time to switch jobs. Or maybe Spirit says, hey, listen, you're not happy, but maybe you need to take some time to really think about what it is. Why aren't you happy? Maybe you do have a good job, a good relationship. Maybe your finances are good, but there's something else going on. Maybe you miss family time, or maybe there is something that happened years ago, or childhood trauma or something, and maybe you need to seek help. But the answers you're looking for aren't necessarily from other people. It's within. So you can ask people to change all you want. You can tell your job you're not happy. You can do this, you can do that. But ultimately, it starts with you figuring out what's really the real reason. And then there's a possibility that someone in the month of February might come in and kind of share some experiences with you that have you rethink your life or rethink things. So maybe there's some obstacles and challenges that you like, this is horrible, like I can't believe this is happening, I'm so pissed off, like nothing works, nothing goes the way I want, I feel like I can't get to where I need to be. But Spirit is like, okay, well then you need to sit down and reevaluate your plan. Why can't you get to where you need to be? What are you doing? Everything can't always be everyone else's fault. And maybe someone comes in and says, hey, listen, why don't you try this? Or hey, here's what worked for me. Or here's a suggestion. So Someone might step in and help you, but at the same time, your answers don't necessarily come from the outside world. They come from within. All right. Which kind of sounds confusing, but it's not. It's like maybe deep down inside, you know you're not fulfilled because, you know, you make good money, but you hate your job. And then you're like asking everyone, well, what should I do? Should I quit? Should I quit? But then all of a sudden you talk to someone and they say to you, listen, one time I quit my job and now I can never find a job making the same amount of money and I'm even more miserable. And then you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should just shut up and stay where I'm at. All right, so let's see here. Is there anything else for the month of February for Virgo? And that was, of course, just an example. All right, Virgo. Family. Maybe something comes up regarding home and family. Maybe there's a problem or something that happens in the family and you kind of want to be left alone. You need to think about this, or you feel like you are alone, or you feel like, or maybe you feel like people don't leave you alone and they're constantly bothering you. But there's something in regards to family. So maybe something happens in the month of February where family is an issue. You have to focus more on family, or maybe you feel like you're always helping family and you just want to be left alone. So it's one or the other. You might need to reach out to family. Maybe somebody's like, hey, you know, this is happening. And you're like, well, you know, there's really not much I can do. Or you're like, well, everyone's always asking me for help. I have my own problems. Like, I can't always help everyone else. So again, something with family, some type of problems or issues. And Spirit is saying in the month of February, you really need to just sit back and take a look and see why you're not happy, why things are the way they are, why they're not working. Oh, excuse me. Now, me coughing like that, getting all choked up during this reading, that's another thing I'm going to say. Maybe you're not expressing yourself clearly, or maybe you're expressing yourself too harshly, so that when you do speak, people are not listening. They're not receiving it because you're doing it in a manner that shuts them down. Or maybe you're not being clear enough, or you're not speaking your truth. Maybe you're trying not to hurt people's feelings, so you're tiptoeing around it. But you need to have some type of conversation with your family, with your relationship, with your work, or with yourself in the month of February. Remember, you can follow me at JaylinK79 on Instagram, or visit my website, www.designertouch.com, for a personal reading.